Welcome back, Arcadians. Have you got a pocket full of 10p's? Well, then you may enter ours arcade. How you all doing, guys? It's good to be back. And look at this. This is a first. Everything's switched off. Everything's quiet. But everything is about to come alive because we're going to turn everything on in a minute. Go through everything together because we've got some big changes in ours arcade. Got loads of new pickups, and I'll tell you what's been happening and why I haven't put a video out for so long because I've been so busy. It's all in this video. But to start it all off, we need to crank this games room up. So first of all, we are going to show you, oh that's it, we're going to show you the bank of switches that I have over here. Now I've got loads of red and yellow dots on here. I used to know exactly what all the dots meant and where all the cabs were, but I've got no idea anymore. It's just pot luck, whatever comes on, because I've changed things around so much. So we're going to turn the first switch on, and it's going to light up my favourite part of the games room, which is the back wall. And we've got a Dirty Donny poster down there, and there's a reason why we have a Dirty Donny poster down there. It's because I've had to move it because an old friend has returned to ours arcade. That's right, an unreleased game. Can you guess what it is? Well, we'll get to all of that. So I've had to move stuff around, and actually I'm really liking the back wall now. It looks super cool because I've added a few new black lights. So if we go down here, we've got a black light up on the ceiling. Can you see that? Which reflects the UV artwork on the Dirty Donny, which looks super cool. And then I've added another black light behind the back of this TV. Look at that. Which is lighting up the Cosmic Alien back glass, which came off an original Universal Cosmic Alien machine. I absolutely love that. For me, that screams the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. I remember black lights everywhere. This is why I've decorated my room with loads of black lights, because for me they were magical things when I was a kid. I loved it, you know, from the arcade games that had the black lights like Space Invaders, Cosmic Alien. They was just super cool. I just thought they were magical, and that's why I've decorated my games room with loads of Dirty Donny posters and original artwork. So let's turn the neon lights, the neon speakers on, which are down here. And they add more neon to the room. Neon is cool. LED is a cheap man's neon. It's not the same. It's like trying to show vectors on a mini Vectrex. It doesn't happen. You get a Vectrex because of the glow. It's the same with the neon. It's got that glow, that magic glow. You can't replicate any other way. It's just a certain magic about them. So yeah, that's the back wall. So I've changed things up a bit. I've also taken down my album covers here. I had a Van Halen 1984 and a Joe Satriani vinyl covers here. Now I've made room. I'm making room for something else. You can see what's happening. So I've moved the battle zone down, and I've got a space here for something else. I've got my Skyscer project Louisville Slugger up there, which I got when I went to the Skyscer reveal, which is giving you a few hints now on what I'm about to show you, what's returned to ours arcade. But I just want to show you what I'm going to put up here, and this is going to get done before Christmas. I really want to do this. I'm going to make a light box out of this Robocop marquee. I know I've mentioned it before, but I've now found the ideal spot for this original Data East Robocop marquee. It's very cool. It's curved. It's the only marquee, as well as Bad Dudes, that does that. And I think that is super cool. So that's going to be up there. Doesn't have to be bright, just, you know, dimly lit. That's all it needs to be up there. And that's going to look super cool. That's going to finish that wall off. I've got some other ideas as well, but that's pretty much finished. Right, let's turn this other new addition on. So do you remember I had a 14-inch Sony Triniton in this corner? I've still got it. I won't get rid of it because I do like Sony Trinitons, but I wanted a B&O, Bang Olufsen, because the necks on these are quite slim, and they're not like a box TV like the Sony Trinitons. You can only have face on. This you can put in a 45-degree angle in a corner of the room and angle it any way you want because of the tubes are so small. So I've got this B&O. It's the early model. So I've had to get the right controller for it. If you don't have the right controller for the early models, the later ones won't work. So you've got to be careful when you're picking up these B&Os that you get the right controller. And I am playing the mighty Super Famicom, of course, the best console ever made, with Macross Valkyrie Scrambled. What a great shooter. Awesome shooter. Fantastic parallax scrolling. Very cool game on the Super Famicom. Love that. And the screen looks amazing. It really does. Do you know what? There's not a lot in these screens. My mate Paul, who actually helped me get this working, did a video because he linked a load of TVs up. The Sony Trinity and the B&O, and I think there was another one as well. And he said there wasn't a lot of difference in it. And there's a lot of variables as well with TVs. So some of them could have had more use. So some of the capacitors might be a little bit older, so the picture doesn't look that good. But overall, there's not a lot in it. But what I can say is the B&O is a nice shape, and the sound bar, the speakers on this are amazing. It's all in stereo. Now moving round, the black light just so happens lights up my Windjammer's Frisbee, which then leads the eye onto my Neo Geo collection, which is super cool. So there's all my games, all my Switch games, all my Mega Drive games, ever-growing collection, and Super Famicom and NES. Might be going for full set NES. I'm not far off it, to be honest with you. So that's my game wall. You see that, guys? No change there really, only the fact that the game collections are getting bigger and bigger. And the big TV, we haven't turned that on yet. We're going to turn this on, and you'll see that I'm playing the Evercade. Let's just get that to come up. There we go. And I'm playing this month's game for the podcast, which is Dogyon. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a tower plan game. First time I've ever played it. It's rock hard. It's not one of my favourite tower plan games, I have to admit, because I've got to stage 2, but my scores are higher just on stage 1. So you don't get much of a bonus when you defeat the first boss. Dogyon. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's all right. You know, it's a typical tower plan game. Really cool graphics, nice colour palette, great sound, but it is rock hard, guys. Really, really hard. So then moving around to here, let's turn on the old New Wave toys. Now, I haven't added any games to this collection because I don't have room at the moment, and actually a lot of them are quite expensive these days. I wouldn't mind the Berserk New Wave toy, because that is a game that I remember back in the day as a kid, but I just haven't seen one come up for a reasonable price. But these are all games I would love to have or own one day, or at least I have owned some of these actually. I've actually owned this full-size Tempest, but I don't need one of these now. These are always on charge, but they don't always charge up. They're a bit fiddly. Is that one coming on? Come on, Dragon's Lair, you coming on? See, I think that one needs... Oh, there we go. He's coming on. So there they are. The only one that's not charging is 9042, but they do look cool, don't they? Especially the food fight. Look at that. Lovely little collection of arcades. The Missile Command's not coming on for some... Oh, there we go. It's coming on now. And then moving down here, let's turn the Vectrex on. My favourite game. It's always my favourite game. Vira's on. And the Quarter Arcade, Space Invaders. Let's turn that on. If that's going to come on, are you going to come on? No, he's not going to come on. There we go, he's coming on now. I won't turn Pac-Man on because it's not my favourite game. As most of you know, I'm not a huge fan of Pac-Man, but the kids love playing that. And down here, I've been restoring my Space Firebird, which I'll go into a little bit later in the video. It's nearly there, but now the boards don't work, so they're going to have to be repaired again, which is really, really annoying. But this makes for a really good desk, so I'll do my podcast on here, and anything else I need to do from a desk, really. So that's a nice little setup. You can see how I've cut this bit out here, just so I can see the screen of the Space Firebird. But it works in the swivel chair, look. Very cool. Right, so now moving down here, you'll notice a space, but let's turn a few more things on. Let's turn the marquees on. Now these I made when I first created the games room. Oh, wrong button. I told you I didn't know what buttons did what, or what switches did what. Here they are. I made this to go around the top of the arcade. I think I did a video on this on my old channel. It's just a box, a wooden box, very long, very heavy. I think it's in 2 parts actually, and it's just got an LED light going all the way through it. So it's got 2 repro marquees in here, Gradius Dungeons and Dragons, but all the rest, all original Electrocoin marquees that you would have seen on Goliaths back here in the UK back in the day. Some of these are quite rare, like the Street Fighter one's quite a rare one to get. So yeah, that's very cool. And then around on this side, they go right around the room. Twin Cobra, Gun Frontier. Look at the artwork on that, isn't that cool? You know, I've never played that game. And my friend Mark, Space Cowboy, go and check Space Cowboy out, Mark. He's got a great channel. He's just picked this up for the Sega Saturn. I think that's where I'm going to play it. But yeah, it's a very cool game. Then we've got Strikers 1945, and Ghouls and Ghosts, and Samurai Showdown. Isn't that cool? So Defender's on. Should we turn some more machines on? And then I'll tell you about what else has changed in this room. Let's turn that one on. Oh, there we go. The one behind me's just come on. My old friend. Another Dirty Donny post has just come on. The Jammers have come on. Will I get Tempest to come on, Centipede to come on, and Robotron? And that is it. We're all on. We're all fired up in Al's Arcade. Right, so the Neo Geo is now over there, and that is because I've got a new cab coming. I've got a Stargate Cabaret coming, which is going to sit lovely against the Robotron. It's exactly the same profile as the Williams Robotron, so the 2 of them are going to look fantastic together. And the reason why I'm getting a Stargate is because I'm selling my Defender, or doing a straight swap with my good friend Paul. He wants this Defender because it's got the lovely Williams coin door, which is like the pinball doors that the Williams pinballs had. It's the same door. So it's quite a desirable Defender, and that Defender is in mint condition. I will be sad to see that go, but you know what? Stargate, for me, in that corner is going to be enough. And that way, if I get a J-Rock, I can play Stargate and Defender. It's a win-win for me, and I can fit more cabs in here, and that's the idea. So I've moved the Lord's Vale over here. I think this looks really cool over here because now it's next to the collection. You can play the games while looking up the collection, what game to play next. And this game here, Z-Blade, I've been playing, it's absolutely awesome. We played it for the live feed. Really enjoyed this game. It's a nice, easy shooter to get into, but it does ramp up at a nice difficulty level. It doesn't get too hard too quickly. So I highly recommend Z-Blade, guys, if you haven't played it already. The old Neo Geo's looking good. I've just got to add some side art. I've got to measure this side art up, and then I've just got to add that, and that cab is finished. It's a lovely screen on that. And then Rescue, we're going to get into a little bit of that later on. I won't go too much into it, but I've done a lot of work to Stern's Rescue. I don't know if you can notice. And Food Fight's still not working, although the board is fixed. I'm just waiting for Paul to come over, who's the owner of it, with some pokies, because some of the pokies were not working, and the guy who repaired it didn't want to put his pokies into Paul's board, so Paul's going to come over with some new pokey chips, and hopefully we'll fire that up and we'll have a working food fight. I can't wait to get this game working. It is an amazing game. It is so cool. But look what we have back in the arcade, guys. Look at this. Skyscer is back in Al's Arcade, the unreleased game by Nintendo. And I think this game really defines me and my YouTube channel, don't you think? You know, my trip to America, the unveiling at Atlanta with Billy Mitchell, Water Day and John's Arcade. I can't get rid of it. It's been in the museum for quite a long time now, but I wanted to get it back in my collection. I think it's back where it belongs. I'll never sell it. But, you know, I was a bit apprehensive about having it back here because it's not really a game I would play much. But, you know, I played it the other day and thoroughly enjoyed it. And there could be a chance that someone could do a mod for it so you can play Popeye on it, which will be an absolute game changer. If I can play Popeye and Skyscer and have a high score save kit, this would be awesome. But you can't really see it too much in the dark. But yeah, there's loads of videos of me talking about Skyscer. If you want to check that out, I won't go into it now, but it is an unreleased game by Nintendo. It's uber rare, super cool. And then over in this corner, nothing's really changed. Well, I say that. So the bomber has been sold to the Time Warp Arcade, and I'm taking it down there this Saturday for the UK VAT meet. I had to get rid of it, as well as that Sega Astra Blaster, to make way for Skyscer. You know, I had no choice. Skyscer had to come back, something had to give, so I had to sell the Astra Blaster, and I've sold the bomber as well. And then I've got another Electrocoin MIDI, which is actually being repaired at the moment, will go in its place. So I'll have the two Electrocoin MIDIs side by side, horizontal and vertical, which I love. I never get rid of those because they get played the most in here, if anything. Especially Ghosts and Goblins, which is probably one of my favourite arcade games. One day, maybe next year, we're going to go to complete Ghosts and Goblins. We're going to do loads of videos on me trying to complete Ghosts and Goblins. I'm halfway there. I've just got to put a dedication in. I've also moved my SFGE trading card award ceremony certificate onto this wall. It was down where the Dirty Donny is, but I didn't want to stare at my face all the time. And I think this is better over here anyway. I don't want to look at my face all the time, but it is cool. You know, it's you know, it's me. It's part of me. I can't get rid of it. It's part of Skyscer. It comes with my arcade. So that's gone up there next to the Jammer Cab, which I think is a pretty good spot. More Dirty Donny, look at that. And Tempest, probably one of my favourite pieces of artwork from that era from Atari. It's super cool. Look at the marquees on these, look. All lit up, and the centipede. They do look awesome. Now, Tempest has had a little bit of work done on it. The spinner was making a racket when I span it really fast, and I didn't know whether it was the disc or the bushes. You can get kits for them from America, but my friend Mark said, oh, give it to me, I'll have a look at it, and he's changed the bushes on it, and now it's silky smooth, which makes all the difference when you're going for high scores. Super cool. Under this chair is a Robotron UV carpet that I had a off-cut off my friend Greg. His whole games room was full of this Robotron carpet. Super cool, isn't it? And that's it really. That's all the big changes in the games room. Now, there's one more big change that's going to happen. Obviously, when Defender goes, that means I'm going to have another space here. Now, the plan was to move Food Fight up a space and then have a pinball machine. The only place it's going to be able to go is there, because if the ball gets stuck, you've got to get the glass out. You've got to have room to get the whole glass out. You've really got to think about pinballs and the space that you need for them, for maintenance and all of that. So the pinball's going to go there. I'm just going to have one on loan just to see if I like it and to see if I like it in the room. If I don't like it, I can hand it back and go back to my vids, because I'm a vid guy at heart, really. Although there is a couple of pinballs that I do like. So I'm going to borrow a Black Knight pinball, and it's going to go there, maybe for a couple of months. And that's it really, guys. that's the update on Owl's Arcade. I think the back wall's looking super cool. And now we're going to get into pickups. Got loads of pickups to get into, as well as what I've been up to. You'd be pleased to know I've been very busy with work, and here's me at work. I can show you what I do in a day. And now you know why I haven't put a video up, because I have been really busy. So this is where I work during the day, guys. It's actually called a Rivendale for a very good reason. We're surrounded by little streams. And I have been laying this patio. So I've cut all this in, cut it all in around the manhole, cut all along here. Well, I've now got to grout it, but I've got a huge problem. Leaves. I've got to get all these leaves off here before I can even grout it. So I brought the jet washer in today, and hopefully I can jet wash them all off. I'm not a fan of leaf blowers. So bloody noisy, and I don't think they're really going to do the job anyway. So jet wash it, and then I've got this Easy Joint Pro to put down in between the joints. So that is my job. It's roughly 100 square meters. I've already done half in a week, and then I've got this half to do this week. So that's why I haven't been putting many videos out. I've been extremely tired. I've had to get all the slabs from over there on my own, all the sand, cement over here, right round here, down here, load it all out, knock it up and lay them. It's quite labour intensive, but yeah, this is what I do in the day, and that's why I haven't really put a video out in such a while, because I am just so tired in the evening. But you know, I'm enjoying the job, they're lovely clients, and what a beautiful place to work. I've even got free apples on that lovely little apple tree that taste absolutely delicious. Guys, it is good to be back, guys. It really is. Oh, wow. I've been so busy. I've been really, really busy. It's not that I haven't wanted to do a video. I've just been so tired in the evening, working really hard. You know, but I have been doing stuff. I have been obviously working on the Space Firebird, like I told you. Had that all laid out in the arcade. Transferring all the gubbins from one cabinet to the other into this lovely polished powder coated cabinet. You know, and I don't always feel like filming it, because it is just me putting screws and nuts and bolts back together again, and that's it really. It's not really that interesting. But I did film me putting the side art on Rescue. So for those of you who don't know, Rescue is a game I used to play when I was a kid at Dazzle Arcade in Twickenham. I probably played it on a jammer cab with 2 sticks with a bootleg Rescue game in it. And I did a video on my channel, my old channel, about how much I used to love playing this game back in the day. And someone in America reached out to me and said that they knew Chris Oberth, that created the game, and they knew where a prototype version of the game was, in his basement, where he sadly passed away. Not in the basement, but he sadly passed away and left the prototype cabinet in the family. And he reached out to me because he could see how passionate I was about the game, and said, would you like to own it? Would you like to buy it? And I said, yes, please. So I ended up buying it, importing it from America. I'm cutting a very long story short. And it arrived just how I thought it was going to be, a prototype. It had the button in the wrong place. The text for all the instructions was written out by a typewriter and placed on the control panel. And it was great as a prototype, but I always wanted, you know, the finished product with the button in the right place, because it was a bit of a stretch to bomb when you're playing a game. That the button was just that inch too far. And obviously this is a rare cab on its own, without it even being a prototype. There's one in Fun Spot, and there's another couple that I know that exist. So it's just as rare as, say, Sheriff or Skyscer. It's a very rare game, just not a very popular one. I love it. It's a very early example of parallax scrolling. Very cool game. So I always wanted to get the finished, factory finished control panel on mine, and just keep the prototype control panel inside the cabinet. For anyone else, when I go, whoever gets it will know that it is a prototype. Plus you want to keep that from a historical point of view. You want to keep all that with the cabinet. So I thought it was no big deal. I'm not altering the cab in any way. I'm not changing anything that you can't change back. So I've got someone eventually to vectorize the factory finished control panel overlay, and I finally got it installed last week, and it looks absolutely awesome. Very, very cool. So excited. I've waited so long, years for this panel, for someone to vectorize it, because there's not many of these cabs in existence. So I'm super excited to see what this looks like. Oh wow, oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. Oh, that's going to make a huge difference, isn't it? Oh, that just changes the cab so much. That is awesome. Can you see that, guys? Look at that. Yeah. And the original, you have a look there. You know, it's completely different. You know, but I'm still going to keep this. I'll keep that and either hang it up on the wall, because that is the prototype. But you know, the button's in the wrong place. So it needs to be moved over. That's where he intended it to be, there. And it makes all the difference when you're playing a game. Wow, I'm really chuffed with that. My old prototype rescue control panel overlay. It's finally come off the machine. Can't believe it. Because this finally turned up, well, a couple of months ago now, but finally got round to putting it on. What a difference. What a huge difference. I've just got to bore out a new hole here and make some new holes here. But that's going to make a huge difference to the cabinet. And I've got some side art to put on there as well, so that will make the cabinet complete finally. I'm going to keep this, obviously, because it is a prototype, and he's typed out the instructions there, look, which actually differ from the production cabinet. I'll keep this in a folder. It's not nice enough to put on the wall, but I'm going to keep it. I won't throw this away, but I'm going to store this away nicely as part of the cabinet. So a fairly straightforward job, you would think. Just realigning some of the screw holes with the new control panel overlay. There was probably about 4 or 5 that had to be re-drilled. And of course the sub-bomb, which now is in its right position, had to be re-drilled about 1/2 inch over to the right side of the control panel. Once the holes were drilled, I just made sure the buttons and the screws fitted properly before I started moving everything over, the leaf switches and the joysticks onto the new control panel. Now the problem I had was getting these old screws out. It's always the case with all these old machines, they use any old screws, and these were absolutely hideous. They were round head Phillips screws and they did not want to budge. I could not get them off, and it delayed me by a few days. So I reached out to my friend Fraser, and he sent me a link to these pliers, these grips, and I managed to pull them out like old teeth. It did get them out, so a huge thank you to Fraser for sending me the link to these grips. They will come in handy for future cabs, I'm sure. And then because the cabinet came with side art, it came with one side of the cabinet with side art on, and inside the cabinet had a roll of side art, but it was from 40 years ago, and I wasn't going to apply that. So I got Ollie at Arcade Shop to scan the ones that I sent him, and he sent me some new art, which I applied here, as you can see, applying this side art, which is always a bit tricky. I'm always a bit nervous about putting side art on because I have mucked it up in the past. Got loads of bubbles in it or creases in it that you can never get back out again. But this went on really well. I was really chuffed with it. It's made such a huge difference to the cabinet. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's, I don't know, just entices you more to go up to it, just seeing the finished artwork, how it was made to be, how it was finished in the arcade. And I've still got all the prototype stuff as well. So yeah, love having Rescue in here, and I'm just so pleased it's all finished now. So yeah, I have been busy doing bits and bobs, as you can see. Now, before we get onto the pickups, I've got to mention the UK VAC meet. It is this Saturday at the Time Warp Arcade in Somerset, Bridgewater. Guys, you don't have to be a member of UK VAC. You don't have to own an arcade machine. If you're watching this video, I'm inviting you to come. So if you can make it, I would love to see you. Hang out with us, guys. It's going to be a great night. The beer will be flowing. The food will be coming. I think we're doing pizza and chips for everybody. It's going to be arcade games, arcade chat, and just a good laugh. I'll be videoing the whole event, so I will get it onto his channel. Me and Sean will probably do a walk around, and Ed will probably film it. But yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. So if you can make it, it is this Saturday at the Time Warp Arcade in Bridgewater. See if you can make it, guys. As I say, you don't have to be a UK VAC member. Right, on to the pickups now. Do you remember in my last pickups video, I found this on eBay, which was an old Warhammer figure or Dungeons and Dragons figure from Grenadier from 1981. Well, it was sealed, and I asked you in my last video, should I open it? And my good friend Rob, who I used to do Dungeons and Dragons with, hi Rob, if you're watching, he lives in New Zealand now. He watched the video and straight away he messaged me, he said, open it, fucking open it. So I have opened it, Rob, and I have put it together, and I am going to paint it. There it is. The Undead War Mammoth. How cool is that? Now, I did have this in the past, but as I say, I must have dropped it 1,000 times, lost the bits, and in the end it just ended up in the bin. So now I've got the complete one. The only thing I found a bit weird was the tusks are different than they are on the box. And I remember my last one being the same as the one on the box. So I think that this may have come with two heads that you could have picked from. But this box didn't have two heads, it only had the one. So I could only go with that one, unfortunately, which are straight tusks, which look a bit odd, I have to admit. They look better the other direction going upwards, more like a mammoth than that. I don't know what that's about. But still, it's cool. I did try bending them, but it's not that kind of lead. You can't bend this lead, it just breaks. Yes, it's soft, but it's brittle, and it just snaps. But yeah, it's got two undead skeletons in the basket on top, and it's got a rider there as well who sits on there. Now I'm going to paint this, so I'm going to spray paint that black. Here it is. And then I've got a load of paints that my friend Martin recommended me. Got loads of colours here, loads of palettes to work from, because I will be painting future figures as well. Not many, but just the odd one. I'd like a Demon of Slaanesh, a Forge World figure. That's my next one. I've got skeleton bone paint as well, so I'll be doing that, highlighting it, and I'll probably film that at some point. Really needs to go into a cabinet though. It needs a cabinet because I'm really frightened about having it on a shelf and it falling off again. So that's another thing I've been up to. Right, games. Let's get into the Neo Geo. Oh God, you know guys, I'm going for a full set Neo Geo MVS collection. And I thought I had more games than I had. I recently downloaded an app that Alex Ustar Gamer recommended me. Cheers for that, Alex. It is the Retro Collector. And you just put all your games into an app and it tells you how many you've got remaining, tells you all the variants. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's a godsend because I've been buying double games, which is really annoying. You go to a market, you pick a game up, you get home, you know you've already got it. It's ridiculous. So I really needed that app. So I've put all my Neo Geo games into that. I've got 72 out of 148. I've got more coming, and that's not including these ones here. So the first one up, which is in the machine, is Neo Mr. Do. Fantastic game. Great improvement on the original. I love the original, and I love this too. The only thing I would say, it needs a 4-way stick, and the Lord's Vow does not have a 4-way stick. It's an 8-way stick, which is really annoying because you're not going to change the gate just for one game when you've got 4 games in the slot. So it is playable, but it is difficult. I'm going to give it more play, but I absolutely love Neo Mr. Do. It's so cool. Next game, well, I got 2 games off eBay. This was one of them, Cross Swords. You may have seen me play this in the live stream with Ed. This plays like Punch Out. It's got that, you've got that wireframe figure that you control, and the enemies coming in the foreground, coming towards you, and it's basically the same mechanic as Punch Out, which I enjoy anyway. I used to own a Super Punch Out arcade cabinet. I loved it. So it's all about blocking, dodging, and counter-attacking, and then moving on. You've got magic as well. It's basically Punch Out in a Dungeons and Dragons world. It is so cool. So move left, right, attack, big attack, up, and stab to the tummy. You've got shield up and shield down. First few enemies are pretty damn easy. They're not even attacking you, it's the later ones start attacking you. No, now they start attacking, so I've got to work out which way he's going to hit, up or down. Oh, he went for a slide attack. Oh, he went for a slide attack again. So I can do a bit of magic. There we go, blow him up. Look, missed it again. Cross Swords, really cool game. Really chuffed to get that. Next game I got for an absolute steal, although it was advertised as not working, but I managed to get it working. It is Top Hunter. Now this normally goes for about 150 quid. As you can see, it's not in great condition, but I don't care because I'm going to take this off, put a new label on there. I'm going to get some new shop boxes like this one, Mr. Do. Get the artwork. Once it goes in the box, it only comes out of the box when it's going in the machine. So I don't care really what it looks like, as long as it plays. I can play the game, and it's on an original cart. I don't want a bootleg. It's got to be original, and this is 100% original Top Hunter for the Neo Geo MVS. How cool is that? And then next up, we've got Neo Geo Cup 98, which I bought off Alpha One. Cheers for that, mate. I think it's probably one of the last football games released for the Neo Geo, so that's really cool. And then we got these games here are games that Ol has loaned me, which I will buy because I want them in my collection. Now these are games, not official MVS games. These are games that either weren't finished or came out on the Neo CD, and then someone's done a ROM dump onto a motherboard of a Neo Geo MVS cart. So we've got Bang Bang Busters. Sounds a bit naughty, but it's not that kind of game, guys. It is I think it's a puzzle game. But yeah, I don't know the history of that one, and I haven't played it yet. Cross Swords 2, which I'm really excited about playing because I love the original, and I've heard this is a huge improvement on the original. So this was a Neo Geo CD game. It didn't get an MVS release, an arcade release, but it got released towards the end of the Neo Geo CD's life, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we've got Ironclad, which I have played. We played this in the live stream. The label's coming off there. I'm going to glue that back on there for you. This again was a Neo Geo CD game, I believe. I wasn't that impressed with it. I thought it was going to be a lot better. Could do with some different backgrounds. I think that's what we could do with. I think because what we're used to seeing is a lot of parallax scrolling.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
It's not parallax scrolling, is it? It's just like
it's just repeating
a roll of old cinema film.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly
repeating what because they haven't got enough money to give you the whole world, so they're just repeating it. Oh, here we go. Something a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a bit cooler.
The Russian Mute.
Okay. I'm going to give it more time. The jury's not out on that one. We'll give it more time. And then Ghost Lop. I think that's another puzzle game, I believe. I haven't played it yet. So yeah, 4 games on loan there from Ol, which I will end up buying anyway, just because I think they're cool to add to the collection. And then I picked up a Neo Geo Pocket, and I took this away with me to Spain when I went away for the weekend. This is a great way to play Neo Geo games. It's not the best way. I mean, you've got to have an arcade stick and 2 buttons, 4 buttons to play Neo Geo games, but still, I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of playing Neo Geo games on holiday on this tiny little bit of kit, and it plays really well. And this is a nice official Neo Geo Pocket arcade console. And the Evercade carts go in the back, so you can play any. You don't just have to play Neo Geo, you can play any cart in the back. I thought it was really, really cool. Nice packaging, and of course to go with that, I've got some Evercade carts. So I've got the Data East collection, and on here you've got Burger Time, Midnight Resistance, Bad Dudes, can't read it, Super Pocket, Fighters History. Not brilliant games, but still. Magical Drop 2, that's a good one. So yeah, Evercade, Neo Geo 1 collection. More Neo Geo. Can't get enough Neo Geo at the moment. There is some good games on this. Magician Lord, Metal Slug, King of Fighters 2000, Shock Troopers, Ironclad and Zengoku. See, I've only got one of the King of Fighters, and we haven't got to that yet in my other videos. I've got one King of Fighters game, and that is 98, which is supposed to be the best one. But there are 10 King of Fighters games I need to get for the Neo Geo MVS, which is mad when you think about it. And then I've got the Tower Plan collection, Arcade 3 and Arcade 4. I just need 1 and 2, which I actually have on the Switch, which I'm about to show you. How weird is that? I don't know. I've got to buy the Tower Plan collection because there's games on there I've wanted as a physical cart release for such a long time. And now that they're actually on the Evercade and on the Switch, I just had to buy them. I just had to get them. So moving on to the Switch, it's all Ninja stuff here, guys. I mean, we've had, what, a month of Ninja stuff. We've had Ninja Gaiden Rebound, which is one I'm playing at the moment. I'm really enjoying this. This is great fun. Really cool game on the Nintendo Switch. These are sort of games that I love to play on the Nintendo Switch. We've got Shinobi. I haven't played this yet. A lot of people complaining it's not Shinobi. There's too much going on. It's different art style. Ah, shut up. It looks a cool game. Give it a go. Give it a go. Saying that, I haven't played it yet, but it does look very, very cool. I like it. I like it. Anything ninjas, ninja warriors, ninja robots, ninja cowboys. I'm sold. I love it. I love all that kind of stuff. And then we've got the 2 Tower Plan collections. This is 1 and 2. Oh, so much good stuff on here. Flying Shark, Tiger Heli, Outzone. I've got the original PCB of Outzone. Such a good game. Fix 8. Such an underrated game, Fix 8. Dogyun or Dojon. Batsugan. And then on this one we've got Hellfire, Zero Wing, Grindstormer, Slap Fight. What a game, Slap Fight. I need to get that for the Mega Drive. Truxton. So many fantastic games. You have to own the carts for. You have to get these, guys. So cool. Yeah, so much stuff. I've just been buying so much stuff. I love it. I love collecting. I love buying all these sort of games. It's so cool. Oh, then we've got some more Switch games here. Assault Suit on Lanos 2. It's the Saturn tribute. I haven't played this. It is like a mech warrior game. I think it's strategic, turn-based, I think. Or no, am I thinking of something else? No, this is like Cybernator on the Super Nintendo. I think it's the spiritual successor to Cybernator. Could be wrong. Comments in the video below. Is it the spiritual successor to Cybernator on the Super Nintendo? But it does look really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then we've got I don't know how you pronounce this. It is a Jeff Minter game. It is Akar Hurrah. I have played this. It is quite weird, and it does take a while to get into, but once you get into it, you get hooked. It's very, very cool. It's got everything about this game is Jeff Minter all over, and I love Jeff Minter games. I love the iRobot remake he's just made, and the Llamatron that he made. That's awesome. Attack of the Mutant Camels was great. This one takes a little bit more time to get into, but I'm telling you now, guys, once you get into it, you won't put it down. It's really, really good. And then for my son, Josh, thank you so much, mate. He got this for me. I can't remember why he got this for me now, but he thought I'd liked it. It is Street Fighter 6 for PS5. I haven't played it yet because we are still playing together Elden Ring. I've got about 3 more bosses to do in Elden Ring, and I've finished it. But I've had to take a step back because it was doing my head in. I was hitting a brick wall. I just couldn't get any further. I just said to Josh, "Look, I need a break. I need to go and play some retro because it was just consuming all my time." Elden Ring. I love the world. I love the game, but it was all consuming. And I said, I need a break. I need a break. I need to play some retro, which is where my love is. But Josh, thank you for Street Fighter 6. I haven't played it yet, mate, but it looks absolutely awesome. I forgot I had it, so I will fire that up very, very soon. More Switch, more Switch. What have we got here? More Ninja. More Ninja. It's all about the ninjas, guys. I'm telling you. The Messenger, which I did own before. I had the first release, first edition of Messenger, and I ended up selling it for 150 quid. And then a few months later, they released it again. They did a second batch and got this for, what, 30 quid, which is not bad markup, really. It is a great game. If you haven't played it, guys, The Messenger is absolutely awesome. Fantastic ninja game. Really, really cool. And we've got a remake of an NES game, Shadow of the Ninja Reborn, which looks really good as well. So how many? We've got 4 ninja games there, which I can't recommend enough. Was it 4? Where's the other one? Oh, maybe it was 3. 3 ninja games. I thought it was 4. No, it is 4. I'm holding 4 for crying out loud. Shadow the Ninja, The Messenger, Shinobi, and Ninja Gaiden Reborn. Absolute musts for your collection. How cool is that? Huh? It's all about the ninjas, guys. Right. More retro. To me, that is retro. Retro on a modern system that I love collecting for. Next, we've got Mega Drive. So I've got some great deals here from my good friend Scott at the Retro Realm. If you haven't been to the Retro Realm, guys, you have to go. Because it's not just video games. It's all collectibles. Everything cult related. If you like all that kind of, I don't know, film, memorabilia, figures, games, he's got it all in his shop. Absolutely amazing shop. And he did me a fantastic deal on this Hellfire, which is it's a tower plan game, isn't it? Or is it? Or is it a Taito game? No, it is. Is it Taito or tower plan? God, I can't remember. Great game. It's a great game, and one that I had to have for the collection. Golden Axe. I already had this, but my spine was all faded. So I got this one with a lovely, vibrant spine. I've now got Golden Axe on the Neo Geo MVS and on the Mega Drive. There's something about Golden Axe. It's not the best game, but it's so much nostalgia playing this game. It's just the music and everything. It's one of the first games on the Mega Drive I remember my brother playing and just being in total awe of him playing it. It was so cool. Next up we've got Mercs. I think it is Mercs, isn't it? Right up my street, right up my Gary, as they say. It is a run and gun, and I love run and guns. And it's from that classic era. I'm sure in the arcades this had rotary sticks. So twin stick shooter really, but they were rotary sticks that you could spin round. They were yellow. Very cool game. I'd love a rotary set up in here in my arcade so I could play Forgotten Worlds, Midnight Resistance, Mercs, all those type of games. So many. Akari Warriors. And then we just have what's left here, the old Super Nintendo. Right at the back, used to be right at the forefront of my videos. It still is, really. My love for the Super Nintendo will never wane. It is probably my favourite console of all time. It's just that I'm really focused at the moment on the Neo Geo, and I'm enjoying collecting for it, and I'm so focused. I've never had a complete collection of anything, and I really want to complete the Neo Geo MVS. I just want to do it, so I'm absolutely focused. Don't get me wrong, I'm constantly looking at Super Famicom games, and when they come up, I'm patient enough, I'll get a good deal, I will buy them. And these two here were great deals. It's funny actually, watching SNES-tastic Pete, who I've watched for years, many years. He was one of the first UK YouTubers to do videos, and he's a huge American NTSC collector, and he's back collecting them again, getting them all back in his collection. So Pete, keep it up, mate. It's absolutely fascinating watching you do your unboxings again. It's like turning the clock back 15 years ago. I absolutely love it. So me and Pete used to collect American Super Nintendo games, and it's great watching him pick them up again. But here, Pete, I'm picking up some cool Japanese ones. Look at this. Look at the box art here. You can't beat the box art of a Japanese one, mate. I'm sorry. This does beat the American. But saying that, there are some American games that I think have better box art than some of the Japanese ones. Only a few. I think the American box art of Contra 3 is really good. I prefer that over the Japanese one. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's nostalgia, because that's what I had back in the day. See, the shop that I went into when I was in my early 20s had everything. Had Japanese games, had PAL, had American, and you picked whatever was available. Not because it was cheaper, but that's all they had. They may have only had one copy of Contra or Street Fighter, and if it was American, you bought it. You just got the converter and you played it. You had no option back then. You know, there weren't hundreds of these games about. You just grabbed whatever was in the shop. This one I do remember actually owning PAL, but I couldn't buy the PAL version of this. It had to be the Japanese. So cool. Absolutely awesome game. And Space Invaders, I had to have this one because it is a Taito game, and it is one of the first games I ever fell in love with. Changed my life. I remember queuing up to play this game at the swimming baths in Feltham. Massive queue out the door. All the kids would go buzzing for this game. We would never see anything like it. It was like a magic box with a half mirror, and the game being projected further back into the cabinet. We used to go around the back of the cabinet, and how are they doing that? It's weird. It was all magical. It wasn't just about the game, it was the whole cabinet. But this game changed everything for me. It's what got me into video games, Space Invaders. Such a cool game, and great to have on the Super Nintendo. Lovely box art. That is it. That is all my pickups, guys. Blimey, this is a long video. It's a really long video. But it's cool. I've given you an update on the arcade. As you can see, lots has been changing in here. As I say, I have been really busy with work. Oh my God, so busy. But it's great to be back, guys. I know I do say I'm going to do more videos, but I will do. If I get the time, I will get a video out. The live streams are going to happen more regularly, hopefully once a month. I'm going to get Ed over here. I've got 2 game room tours lined up. So we're going to go over and see Tony Riccardi, and I've got another friend, Jeremy, who I'm going to see. He's got an amazing arcade collection. So we've got loads to look forward to in the build up to Christmas. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave the comments below, because that's what I really like to read. All your comments, all your nostalgic memories about all of this stuff or anything else. And hopefully I'll see you at the UK VAC meet at the Time Warp Arcade in Bridgewater. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Morning guys, we're back on another Neolithic tour of Great Britain. There's Al's arcade van, Silbury Hill. Look at the size of that hill. Who put that there? I'll negotiate my way past these cows and I will show you something quite magnificent. Look at the size of this burial mound. One of the largest, best examples in Great Britain, if not Europe. Look at that. Incredible. This is it guys, this is West Kennant Long Barrow. Over 5,500 years ago. Remember I took you into Wayne Smithy, this is even bigger, you can actually walk inside this one, there's some bones that were found inside. Now we're going to go inside and have a look. It's absolutely immense. You just can't get an idea of the size of this stone I'm standing in front of. It's probably twice the size of me. Just can't get my head over how big that is. Don't know if we're going to see much in here, it's pretty dark. But we've got chambers here, chambers there, so the people were buried in here and in there. As we go further down, it's going to get darker and darker. Oh, the smell. It's pitch black in here. I'm standing up. I've probably got about another foot above me. And now I'm in the main chamber. And it is quite eerie. There's a hole up there. They're just the size of these stones. Absolutely incredible. Wow. I bet many people have used this over the years for shelter against the weather. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's get a better shot from outside. So exhilarating. Hill in the distance, Avery Circle's just over there, the Ridgeway, the sanctuary where we were yesterday up there with the vans, van life. Probably can't hear me that well because of the wind, but wow, this is exhilarating up here, absolutely exhilarating. British landscape.